Danny Houghton who moves over. Then it's Scott Taylor, Jordan Johnston and Tavita Sarte, with Andrew Savelio, Manu Mao and Jordan Lane completing the 13. For Brett Hodgson, off the bench will be Joe Cater, Cameron Scott, Brad Fash and Josh Bowden. Tony Ray will be watching this one alongside me. Good to see you again, Tony. What are you expecting tonight?
Well, this Featherstone side is at home. It's a cup game. They'll be right up for this. Everyone will be thinking it's Hull's game to take away, but, you know, rivals, cup, home advantage, Featherstone, they've just got to be up for this. It's a strong Hull side. They've shown real respect, full respect for the Featherstone challenge that's gone here. There's a lot to play with this Challenge Cup, isn't it? It's a very short tournament this time round, so it's basically get your best foot forward every time. No one's prepared to take any risk, and it feels like Hull will not be prepared to take any risk inside of this one. Featherstone just need to get that start. It's a classic old saying, but they just need to stay in contact early. You know, no errors, keep it tidy, and get yourself into the contest.
Danny Houghton, we can see warming up there for Hull FC. There's always a lot of responsibility on his shoulders, more so tonight. Seeing him playing in the halves, I know you raised your eyebrows when the official team sheets came through. We knew there'd be no Josh Reynolds. Mark Schneid is not included today as well. So it's young Ben McNamara, Steve McNamara's son, alongside Danny Houghton in a new-look half-back pairing tonight, Tony. Yeah,
it wouldn't be comfortable. It's an opportunity, obviously, for Danny Houghton to do something different. You can hear he's absolutely warming up as a half, so it's not some trick on the team sheet. He's going out there. He's been playing that way. So Featherstone would need to make sure to go forward slow so Houghton doesn't have any platform to work off, put him under pressure. The kicking game becomes interesting, and it put him under pressure at the kicking game, but also, you know, just expecting to come in sort of late in the sets and run from dummy half a little bit too every now and then. So there's a positives and there's negatives, but it does throw a little advantage to Featherstone, gives them something to focus on rather than the game. They've got an opportunity to attack a weakened halves pairing there. Well, when we say a weakened, you know, inexperienced half in Houghton because he's a hooker, and very inexperienced in Ben McNamara, who comes in, who can obviously do the job, but together they haven't been a combination.
Look out for New Brown, who we saw there warming up for Featherstone. Bags of experience. You see Brett Ferris in there as well. Both of these sides, Tony, unbeaten so far through this season. I was actually at Post Office Road for the previous round game between Featherstone and Batley, and Featherstone were really pushed by Batley. They will have learned a lot about themselves, I think, from the first two rounds of this competition.
Yeah, Batley are competitive though, aren't they? So, you know, they're going to test everybody. Their enthusiasm's been great, and it's been a good indicator for what you have to do, Featherstone. Get out there, be enthusiastic, complete your sets, kick long, make the field yours, make it, you know, earn field position. You're going to do it tough at times in this game, but just make sure you're competing at the back end of your sets. Get your own halves in good position. This looks lovely, a little warm up there. I think Chisholm on the ball. He'll always be strong. So every chance at home here, Featherstone.
Yeah, the two sets of players fine-tuning their preparations. The coaches both ready to go. Hull FC led, of course, by Brett Hodgson, these days a Challenge Cup winner himself, a Lance Todd Trophy winner himself, and Featherstone under the stewardship of James Webster, and both have been speaking with our man Paul Kidd.
OK, we've got James Webster with us now, the Featherstone Rovers head coach. First of all, James, you've made a fantastic start to the 2021 season, obviously unbeaten so far. Are you happy with where you're up to so far?
I think we've been a little bit scratchy. Been saying that we've got some good wins against some good opposition. You know, we fully understand that tonight's a different challenge for us. Probably the informed team in the country at the moment. So Hull FC are going to, you know, provide us with a totally different challenge than what we've faced in the first 4 weeks of also the Cup in the league.
You mentioned that obviously Hull FC are travelling really well at the moment, and they're looking mighty strong in Super League. What sort of challenge is this going to give to your players today to rise to those sort of standards?
Yeah, it's a physical challenge. Hull are extremely big, powerful team, not just in the middle but on the edge. You know, you look at both their back rowers and their centres and wingers. You know, we don't face that week in, week out in the championship. You know, they've got strike and power throughout their team, and that's going to be the challenge for us. Can we control the ruck and control the firepower that they have, you know, all over the pitch?
OK, we've now got with us Brett Hodgson, the Hull FC head coach. First of all, Brett, you're without, obviously, Josh Reynolds today, which is a big blow to you. He's out for perhaps 4 to 5 weeks, but you've got a good replacement in Ben McNamara. You've spoken very highly of how he's trained. Obviously, he played the back end of last season. You've even been said to say you're quite excited to see him play. What will he bring to the side, and what sort of opportunity will that give to him?
Yeah, I'm definitely excited to see him play. He's been training really hard and he's waited for his opportunity to come into the team. We're down in both our halves today. Mark Sneed's out, unfortunately, as well. He couldn't recover quick enough from last week's dead leg that he received. So Denny Houghton and Ben McNamara have a big job to direct us around the park, and we rely on other people's inside and outside of those two as well to make sure that we're protecting them in defence and still executing what we've trained.
Obviously, you are missing a couple of key players, but other than that, you've picked a very strong side, giving Featherstone today plenty of respect, obviously. And in yourself, as regards to the Challenge Cup, you've won the Lance Todd Trophy, you've won the Challenge Cup with Warrington Wolves. Have you been sharing your experiences and your excitement around the cup competition with the rest of the team?
Not particularly, no. We have prepared for this game like it's our hardest game of the season, and we have given Featherstone every bit of respect that they deserve because they're a strong team and they're pushing their way towards Super League competition as well at the back end of the year. And I know James Webster is a very good coach and he'll get them up for this game and in their own right. So but for us, it's making sure that we're competing at the level that we want to keep improving, and hopefully if we do that, we'll have a good day ourselves.
Brett Hodgson speaking to Paul Kidd. Yes, Lance Todd Trophy winner 2012, set up a couple of tries in that Warrington Wolves victory over the Leeds Rhinos. Took a huge hit, I think, from Kylie Lulawai, if memory serves, in that game as well. Picked himself up and went again. Featherstone walking back down the sheds, led by Brett Ferris, a man who's won it with Leeds as well. The 2017 Grand Final, I think a World Club Challenge winner back in his Bradford early days as well. Looking at, Tony, the two teams today, who you're most looking forward to seeing? We focus a lot on the names that are missing tonight, and in his interview, Brett Hodgson talking about the likes of Sneed and Reynolds, but some huge names for our viewers on our league to look forward to seeing tonight.
Well, the performance of Ben McNamara from Hull will be very important because he has to help. Houghton out. He's he's a young six, but he's experienced in playing in that position. So it's very important that he doesn't run around and be about him being inexperienced and looking for the team to ease him into the game. On this occasion, as a young man, it's a great opportunity for him to stand up and say, "Look, this is what I do. This is what I get paid to do. I step up and I deliver teams around the park." The other player on the other side I'm interested in is Dean Parada, the number 21 for Featherstone at hooker. I just think that might be a little opportunity because they mentioned how physical and how big Hull James Webster did there. So you need your hooker running. You need to be attacking that and making those big guys pay every chance you can get to do that. So I'd like to see. Be really interested to see how his game evolves.
Yeah, he was the man actually. He was the key man off the bench in the previous round against Batley. He scored in both rounds so far. This is a big year for Rugby League. We're in the Betfred Challenge Cup, and we've got the Grand Final at some point down the line in Super League, and of course the small matter of a Rugby League World Cup.
Taken 10 months to get here, but Super League has reached its finale. Oh, he's hit the post. The chasers are on. The ball is disappearing. It's Wellesby. A surreal season has reached the conclusion.
Going for the corner. Well, that could be a sensational try. They could be in, they are in. Great run from Campbell. Can he get it down?
Anthony, get it in!
Score!
On a toes! He's still on the toes!
He's got in!
Oh, yes!
Well, some fantastic action throughout the last couple of years, all brilliantly overseen by our main sponsor Betfred as well, doing terrific work with the Betfred Super League, Championship and League One, and of course now on board for what we're seeing tonight in the Betfred Challenge Cup as the third round continues. I can tell you Catalan are going to be into the quarterfinals, 26-6 up on Wakefield. Earlier on, Salford hammered Widnes 68 points to 4, and St Helens 26-18 winners over a massively depleted Leeds. I thought that was going to be a cricket score, but the Rhinos put a real fight. So I can tell you the draw has already been made, Tony. I don't know what you made of this, if you saw it on your way in, but the winners today of this Featherstone Hull match, which we're just about ready for, will play Wigan. After the draw has been made, it'll be Castleford, Salford. Catalan looks like they're going through to play Swinton or Warrington, a match we will bring you live here on Our League tomorrow. And St Helens will play either Lee or Huddersfield tomorrow as well. Big opportunity for quite a few teams remaining in the quarter-final draw.
Yeah, we had a chat offline, didn't we? There's not an easy draw, though. Like, there was nowhere you wanted to be, so it's a tight, tough competition. It's not the... occasionally you'd see maybe two championships drawn against each other, and if you're a Super League side, you'd be eyeing off that, but it's not the case in this quarter-final. They're going to be very, very tough encounters, all of them. You're so close to Wembley when you get to these stages, so you've got a lot of thinking to do.
The coaching staff have done their bit, they're ready. We're waiting for the players. Featherstone will make their way out from the near side. The away team during these COVID times normally get changed around the back of that main stand you're looking at there, and they'll be coming out just in that gap by the Rob Burrow number 7 flag. What kind of match would you anticipate here? Featherstone started very slowly in the previous round against Batley and had to come out firing second half.
Well, they'll have learned from that, I'd have thought. You know, they couldn't do that against Hull, because if you let them steamroll you, they're just going to get away. You won't pull them back because they're very, very aware of the size. They've talked to beforehand. It was interesting listening to the coaches, actually. James Webster talking about the strike and the power and the size of the Hull side. And you've got to be a bit careful that those words don't get into the players' minds and they start expecting that and worrying about that. So these guys have got to be ready. They've got to be kicking long. They've got to make sure that if they're big and they're strong, they don't get too much ball. You turn them around, make them go back and get the ball. The problem with that is that their backs, they're huge outside backs as well on the whole side. So you've got it right across the park, as he mentioned. So it's important that you're getting your equal share of the ball, number one, not giving away any silly penalties. And Hull just have to not play the scoreboard. You know, there's one of my favourite sayings, a good coach I worked with, Damien McGrath from Leeds, actually told me, great tip, he always said, you win the game early and you score the points later. And I think it's always important going into these games that you just get out, do your systems, get them going. You know, everyone's expecting you to get some points on the board. You get them later. You've got to earn your points. You've got to dominate early, hold on to the ball, get through your sets. And then you'll see the points come later on. And Hull just need to do that.
Well, that's two sides making their way out. You can see Hull, some of the Hull players look absolutely freezing making their way out in the tracksuit tops. Featherstone have just been hanging around waiting for them on this near side. We will, of course, have the pre-match protocols before the match. Hull walking over from the far side to take their place alongside the Featherstone Rovers, led out by Brett Ferris on this near touchline. And we will, as is the case across British sport this weekend, pause prior to the match for a minute's silence as a mark of respect for His Royal Highness Prince Philip. And the minute silence followed by the period of 13 seconds during which the players are able to demonstrate their support in tackling all forms of discrimination, including racism. James Childs is the big match referee for this one tonight, one of the British Games leading officials, and Featherstone Rovers poised to lock horns once again with Hull FC, a repeat of the Wembley final in 1983, won famously with the big shot by Featherstone, 14 points to 12, 85,000 watched that one or thereabouts. And in more recent times, a repeat you may recall of a tie here in 2018. Quite a fiery contest that saw 6 yellows and 1 red and was won by Hull FC 38-20. We're looking forward to this one. Featherstone will get us underway. And Craig Hall with a short chipped kick-off as Featherstone play from right to left, and immediately Tony Ray get the ball back.
Outstanding, well thought out, well contested, brilliant start Featherstone.
How about that for a bit of an enterprising start?
What other tricks have they got? This is going to be interesting. Look at that, totally caught Hull out. So many Featherstone jerseys around the ball. What can they make of this first set?
Yeah, it was Wellham who just rose high and palmed it back, and Dean Parrotter waiting from dummy half as Featherstone have the first feel of the football, and Harrison and Chisholm left to right. Oh, and a little juggle of the ball, but they get away with it. Parrotter waits again. He really injected some fizz into Featherstone in the previous round. Off the outside the boot from Chisholm. It's a good-looking kick as well. Where's it going to fall? It's a try! Hardcastle, what a start for Featherstone! Inside 60 seconds, the home side have the lead, 4-0.
That is just outstanding. Mapped that out before the game, haven't they? They've thought about it. They loaded that short side. They had a look at this left-hand side of Featherstone's, the right-hand defensive side. It holds twice. They knew the fullback was up. Fullback nowhere to be found. Lovely kick from Chisholm. Jake Connor's in the line. Then it was just a contest. He nearly run out of space. Short in goals. You can see Connor in the line. It's the man he's going over. Chisholm went into the contest, saw Connor there. Oh, he's just squeezed it in, isn't he? He's just got that ball down. Josh Hardcastle. Both of the officials were in place. It is a try. Oh, that right knee just slid out so closely, didn't it? Well done to the officials. Nice and calm in their place. It looks like a very calm conversation here amongst the Featherstone team. Brett Ferris very vocal. Craig Hall stepping up.
What a start from Featherstone. Could it be even better? Hall, well, the touch judges immediately telling us he just pulled it wide of the near upright, but nonetheless, 4 points to 0. It was the short kick-off that caught everyone, commentators included, by surprise. And Chisholm, so dangerous, just dabbed it up off the outside the right boot. And it still needed finishing.
It really did. Now this becomes a big set for Featherstone, an important one for Hull. Let's see what we make of this one. If they can get themselves out over halfway and kicking, then the base of this game right in their favour. Hull will be looking at big line speed here. Nice line speed from Hull. Tough times for Featherstone early.
Well, I mentioned that they started a little sluggishly in the previous match that we brought you coverage of in Betfred Challenge Cup round 2, but I was just about to say they've started brilliantly here. And Brad Day, the man who got the opening try for Featherstone in the previous round, has come up with the first error of this one, and Hull FC immediately have the chance to hit back.
I can't say how important that is not to do that. The message it sends to your team, there's no reason for it. It means you're not concentrating. It means your mind's focused on other parts of the game. What can Hull do? This is their chance. Do we see straight back, a strike straight back?
Unforced and uncharacteristic error from Brad Day, scorer of that try, as I mentioned, in the previous round that got Featherstone going against Batley. Now it's Hull FC's turn. Johnston buzzing around the ruck from dummy half, and the big man looking to power over. He's over the line to be held. It's the big fella, Chris Sate. Houghton, you'll see a lot of him today. Into the line goes Andre Cervello.
Geez, they're going direct, aren't they, Hull? They're really direct. It's a good way to start the game. Really challenging the Featherstone defence.
Winner with Hull FC 16-17. Houghton with a kick. Lovely kick to the far side. And they do respond in kind. Ferrimo took the kick and put it down. It was all brilliantly made off the boot of Danny Houghton, and Hull respond immediately.
It's one of the great sayings. Damien McGrath again, I'll reference it again. You haven't got points until you've got your kick away after the kickoff set. Featherstone didn't do that. Playing at half-back today, playing at scrum half. Danny Houghton, what a lovely kick. The Featherstone defence makes the decision for him. They've raced up out of the line. There's nowhere for him to go but other than to go in behind. And it was a relatively easy stroll in for Ferrimo. Still got to keep your composure. Wonderful kick, good signs for Houghton, good confidence build for him. Just such a critical error, Brad Day. You can go from so high to so low if you're not careful, Featherstone.
So Hull FC, having been hit with a sucker punch right at the start, could now take the lead. Looks like an ugly strike from Connor, but it doesn't matter because it's right through the post. And Hull FC have responded really well. Houghton setting up the try for Ferrimo, and Connor from the touchline giving the black and whites the lead. Featherstone 4, Hull FC 6.
Now what happens on this kickoff? You can see Hull players, a couple of them wandering up to the 10-metre line. They're thinking, are they going short?
Well, the element of surprise will have gone.
Yeah, the way he's lined the ball up, he's coming out to the left here.
Yeah, he's just thought, let's just settle down here. What an explosive start, though, live on our league. Featherstone Rovers 4, Hull FC 6.
If you're wondering to yourself, why wouldn't you go short if it worked last time round, your worry would be that all of a sudden Hull would have the ball and they'd be coming at you again. They want to make Hull earn the field, work their way out from deep. As you say, element of surprise not there, so more percentage players to kick deep.
Here's the try scorer, Ferrimo, who scored 2 tries and got himself sent off in that cup tie I mentioned from 2018. Connor finding some of the form of his life in recent years. Oh, where's that gone? Oh dear. Well, it doesn't matter because that will be play on and Hull FC will put it down. Twima Varve off a double handling error from Craig Hall, and Featherstone have had a shocking few minutes. 2 handling errors, 2 tries for Hull FC.
Yeah, as good as the start was, sometimes you haven't eased yourself into the game. You've out-tricked yourself here a little bit, Featherstone, because we've seen 2 unforced errors here. One from Day, now another one from Hall. Uncharacteristic. Got a bit excited with the short kickoff early, the early try. Defence has been strong. It's a heck of an unlucky bounce there, but the second time in, he just needs to drop on that ball and pick it up. He's already had it. He's had the balls hit his foot, hit his arm, Craig Hall. So at that point, he really does need to concentrate on just securing the ball. He's just after he hits his hand there and foot, he looks up. Just at that occasion, he takes his eye off the ball. He's moved on to the next play when what he really had to do is be securing the ball. Terrific work again from Twima Varve from the Hull. Same as Houghton. They made strong decisions. Ken Connor had the second one.
Well, I said the first kick was ugly. That one was even worse.
Well, that one was pretty, but it didn't go over the post.
Yeah.
First one was ugly, but it got there.
Yeah, stick with the ugly style, Jake. Anyway, they've turned it around after going 4-0 down. 10 points to 4.
It's a good kick from Twima Varve.
Yeah, he chased his own kick down here, put the pressure on.
They'll love that enthusiasm. They'll love that. They've earned that. They put the pressure on. As you said, there was three Hull shirts challenging. Hall heard them coming, felt them coming, rushed, missed the ball. So that's an earned try from Hull. Well, big physical challenge there. Good start, hasn't he? Been a real handful to Vita Sate early on in this contest. This is exactly the base that you want Horton and McNamara to have. Look at the power here. Look at them driving through these tackles, the Hull players.
Yeah, not at all rattled by that early concession, Hull FC. Houghton.
Oh, nice line. Look sharp, Houghton.
You'd expect nothing less from him.
Gee, that's a good set from Hull. Well defended in the end from Featherstone. It was really well constructed. Everybody was doing their roles really well there for Hull.
Savelio eventually wrestles the Featherstone man off, and Connor going right at the uprights this time. He takes it okay this time.
But look at that chase. Big men are down there. The whole team's down there. It was a high contest. Nice carry. Very good exit there from the Featherstone side.
Parata waits. And that's just what Rovers needed. Early piggyback up the pitch after a period of intense pressure. Fanua, the man penalised.
It comes off that good carry. It was a lovely carry from Featherstone. It was Blackmore from the wing had come in, and he got himself in dummy half, and he put them in a great position. So Featherstone early on, this is looking good. They've got some field position. What can they do with this set? They were talented. They had a plan last time round.
Ferris sweeping the ball left to right. 14 England caps to his name, the former Leeds Rhino. Dean Parata has a glance to his left and will go right. A little slip, and that allowed Hull in to complete the tackle. But a great field position, great opportunity for Featherstone. Right in front of those sticks. Parata will come left, look for Dane Chisholm, here he is. Hull joining the line, miss out pass, and it's come off the chest, I think, of Josh Hardcastle, the try scorer, and Hull FC will turn it over.
Point for Endeavour, just didn't execute. Hardcastle would like to have that time again just to keep his composure and take that. But they're going to have to take passes like that all game. They're also going to make sure there's no offloads. It was mentioned in the start of the game from the coach. Cut out the offloads. He won't be happy with that ball getting away.
Here's the try scorer, Tuima Varve, running at Louis McConnell. Houghton once more. It was Griffin fed by Manu Mao. Hull FC just eating up the ground so comfortably at the moment. To set up something at the right end of the field, Houghton again has a little scurry, and then back they come, and Connor joins the line, and that's when things get interesting. But that kick is red. Will he say another set? What's he going to call here, James Child?
He's going to say Connor lost control of the ball into the head, I think. He should say that.
Well, Jake Connor wants another set of six.
He did.
Here.
He went to kick. He let go of the ball for the kick, and the ball hits his head. So Jake Connor's lost the control there.
Yeah, he's not happy with that decision, but I think it's probably the correct one.
It was.
Well, that shows us a much better angle of that. Yeah, Tuima Varve and Connor are trying to get another set of six. James Child not having it at all. He had a very good viewpoint to make that decision.
Just asking the Featherstone players where they want to have the hand over. They usually say in the middle of the field most times. Just checking on an injured player. It was the man whose head took the ball from Jake Connor there.
Yeah, the try scorer, Josh Hardcastle.
Okay.
Just making absolutely sure he's all right. Of course he's going to say I'm okay.
To play the ball, mate. In the middle.
He's got his head in an awkward position, didn't he? He copped a knee. Copped a knee to the head as well as a ball to the head there. He's regrouped. He's a frantic start to this game, hasn't it? Electric. Nice shot.
Featherstone 4, Hull FC 10. Live on Our League this evening. Third round of the Betfred Challenge Cup. 19 times winners Wigan are waiting in the quarter-finals. For whoever emerges victorious tonight at Post Office Road, the Millennium Stadium as it's known these days. Chisholm pops it up.
Third, scores the ball. Hold, mate, hold. Go three.
It's Frankie Hulton with the drive.
Four, move, work back.
Brad Day wrestling free, and Parata with the little buzz away and ran straight into traffic.
It was a good run though. It was exactly what he should do. Quick play the ball, get out, take the yards, take the pressure off his team.
He was dumped by Chris Sarte though, and then the kick straight to Jake Connor, and Hull FC can set up again.
I think he mightn't do it again.
Mai Fanua looking for the basketball pass out the back. Tuima Vavi wasn't really wise to that. Here he is, the try scorer for Hull FC.
Move, work back. Hold, fellas. Hold.
Hardcastle looks like he's recovered from that head knock. Another powerful run, powerful drive from Farimo. We've got Hull FC's first try.
Off the ball, Dane. Hold, fellas, hold. Go 3.
Savelio.
Ball! Move, come on.
Quick play, the ball's from Hull FC. Tuima Vavi. Here's Ben McNamara, looking to seize his opportunity in the limelight tonight.
5, Frankie, off!
It's the 5th tackle. Dangerous position again. It's a floated kick, looking again for Tuima Vavi, and Fanua got there but couldn't grasp the ball, and Featherstone gleefully dive on it. And that will be the turnover.
Nice little kick that from McNamara. His chance to put it right on the spot. Gave, fantastic opportunity for Mahe Fanua. Ben Blackmore was strong enough to hold his ground underneath this in with the ball. He's been strong to start the game. Look at that, nice power. Pushing himself past some players, trying to leave a defender behind, which he did.
Oh, that's nice from Featherstone, but that's a huge hit from that man Farimo.
Yeah, but they're on the contest there, Featherstone. They've left Farimo on the grounds.
Well,
Third, Scott, move all the way, hold. Hold, fellas.
that was huge. Did not miss, never looked like missing.
Well, it's been a physical set from Hull, hasn't it?
It's been a physical first quarter of an hour.
Nice.
Parata, that's what he needs to do for Featherstone, and that's what he can do, and a great offload as well. Where's the support though when you need it? Connor's across. And Frankie Holton's grounded, but that's much more like it, and that's what Dean Parata can do. Here's Brett Ferris joining the line. Hardcastle outside him. Running out of room is Ben Blackmore. Ferris puts boot to ball across field. Not sure which training plan that was in, but it might work for them. Holmes, they go aerial once more. No pressure on that one. What a strange end to the set from Featherstone Rovers.
Good set, wasn't it? Fantastic set. Good signs from Featherstone. Really settled into the contest now.
Well, you called the man Dean Parata as a danger man before the game, Tony. That's what he can do around the ruck. The little break can change everything.
It's the timing of his runs where he's been outstanding. He's just waiting for him. We actually saw a couple of Hull players left on the ground. That's time to run. Make those big men feel. If you're going to stay on the ground, we're going to run on you. We're going to split you. So it takes the energy out of them.
Featherstone giving as good as they're receiving at the moment. Oh, and where's the ball going there? Just about held on. Got away with one there, Hull FC. Leading as they do, 10-4. Here's the big man, Chris Sarte, down the middle. Houghton will kick. Gives the ball some air and a tester over on the far side. Taken well by Ben Blackmore. Look, Gale now. Beg your pardon.
Move, hold, hold. Go, don't go to his leader, Josh. Move, right back.
Great pace to this contest.
Go, hold on.
He's taken those couple of errors out, and it's been very, very good since then from Featherstone.
Third, move, same again, mate. Hold this 10, Scott. Go, Chris. Go 3.
Hull are doing all they can now to slow it down in the ruck. Just struggling just to get the natural yards there. They're going a little bit side to side on that set. They just needed that one good run. Here one comes. That's good. That's a carry. If it wasn't the last tackle, you'd see Parata running, but they got a kick from that.
Yeah, he's looking to run at every opportunity. Chisholm looking at the 40-20, just picks out the Hull FC man. And Farimo will just get up ahead of steam and charge back into a sea of Featherstone defence.
2, move, come on. Hold, go 2.
This is dangerous. Ooh.
Parata almost pounced on that. Sate will pick it up and offload, and Connor will give Hull FC an attack down this far side. Tweema Varve, stutter step and then a slip.
I think offloads, anything sort of breaks the play up, are going to be very, very dangerous for Featherstone, because they've got a lot of men up in the line working hard on the actual contest, so there will be space off the back of any offload.
Houghton again. That was a
Good
flat
tackle.
ball.
Good tackle. Good defence this.
All the big
Last
men
tackle.
hanging back. Sate. They're going to run it skinny side outside the boots. Played out. Hull FC are in here. Hull FC will score their third try, and Griffin is the man to give daylight to the black and white. 14-4 they lead.
Oh, they're unlucky there for Featherstone. Good play from Griffin. Kept competing. It's always that debate. Do you play at the ball when it's going through? Because it creates uncertainty. The Featherstone player did.
Well, the game can just change so quickly. It's been end to end. Parata with this break almost set up Featherstone at one end. The scampering, desperate defence from Connor, and then straight back down the other end, and this happens.
Nice little kick from McNamara. You can see there, absolutely, Chris Wellham was having a debate with himself. Do I play at the ball or not? There it goes from Parata. That's what we're going to see. That's what that will get them field position. It's terrific. It's great to see these highlights. It's exactly what the Featherstone fans will be looking to do, the Featherstone team will be looking to do. They put them in great, good field position. They weren't able to get to the back end of their set. Hull were.
Connor, no mistake, 2 from 3. Featherstone 4, Hull FC 16.
There's a nice little kick there from Ben McNamara. Griffin reacted particularly well to it. Chris Wellham stuck his leg out to try and block it. He would like to drop his body onto that to secure it, but Griffin got there very quickly, towed it through, kept his composure. A couple of little competitive wins there from both centres. Just as the ball goes through, well there, Wellham's playing with his feet. Griffin stayed in the contest, kept his composure. Tweema Varve did that against Craig Hall earlier in the contest. So both centres competing hard to get their points, making it look easy, but it's the effort areas that are getting them there.
Hold. Go, Chris, hands to yourself, mate.
Good start.
Move, back up.
Very good start, Big Scott Taylor. Taking the right yards at the right time, doing all the tough meters. I said earlier with a new halves pairing, it's very important that he does that.
Okay. 4, move.
Good to see Jordan Johnson.
Away.
Yeah, good to see him getting out. I've been waiting for him to get into a couple of those. Backed up by McNamara. That's clever. A couple of dummy half runs. The team's over halfway.
And then Connor will put boots up ball. I think that's just come off the outside of his boot, but it's going to drop in field. It's going to have to be claimed by Hall. No mistake this time. Decent chase though from Savelio and Tweema Varve.
Just let go, mate.
It's a knock on.
You let go.
Oh, and Hall has let go of the ball.
Sorry, mate. Jordan, mate.
This is dangerous, because each time this has happened,
Wait for me, Scott. That's your mark, mate.
he's gone to the ground. He's tried to milk a penalty there, I think, suggesting Savelio had his hands on the ball. It didn't work.
Okay.
Can they defend this one?
Working your 10s, Dan. Brett.
I guess
Well,
they
that's a
can.
messy start, and Featherstone immediately, well, take your
Knock
pick
on
really.
and offside. Danny out.
Couple of knock-ons and an offside in between.
Knock on.
So he drops it here, and Houghton's in front of him. In front of Mo, so Houghton comes and touches the ball there, so that's a penalty. There's a lot more field position there for the Featherstone side.
Wait for the foot.
Relief.
Danny Hall. Okay.
Most relieved man would be Craig Hall.
Yeah, he's had a bit of an edgy start.
1, move,
Has
Scott.
the former Hull FC
Ball is 10. Hold.
fullback Craig Hall
Go.
in Featherstone colours. Plenty of time for Featherstone to settle down and
2, Jordan. Back up on
grab
Drake.
themselves a foothold in this contest. Only a couple of scores down after that brilliant start from the kickoff, and here they go up the middle. Frankie Houghton.
3rd, move all the way, Chris. Hold, fella. Hold. Go. Good listening. 3.
Parata's the man who can make something happen.
Ball, lady, move. Hold. Goes far.
As is this man, Dane Chisholm. Lovely little pass to Hardcastle, the try scorer.
Was he through there, Chisholm? I think he maybe could have backed himself there.
Go. Play on.
Luke Cooper's on for Featherstone. It's Hull FC unopposed.
That's
Take
a
the kick
poor
and
chase.
immediately get themselves away.
That was a good kick. That was right on the money. Those chasers needed to be up a bit flatter, timing their run. They were sitting back.
2, Frankie! Away. Go. 2.
Good meters.
Dream of Harvey's away. Half break, just about. Did enough Featherstone to.
Just sitting back a bit, Featherstone now. They need to get their line speed back.
Go 3. Brett, no
See if they can get up there. See, they're not off. They're sitting on their heels a bit.
Johnston and Connor.
These guys will dance through
Ball,
there.
Brett, release. Come on.
Jordan Lane.
Go.
Danny Houghton once more.
5, move all the way home.
And Manu Mao grounded. Johnston looks for Houghton. That was a difficult take, and he just spins away like a basketball player and gives it wide and then gets it back, and that was a forward pass. James Town right up with play to make the call.
Great chase back from Featherstone. Had to be forward because of the effort. Nice work from Houghton. Day on the inside. Wellen was there to cover it.
Hold this 10, Scott.
Forced
Okay,
Farimo to go to a forward pass to get it to Houghton. Featherstone a little bit deep off there. Let's just watch when they're passing from dummy half. This is good work.
Well done.
It's Blackmore again coming in. Been fantastic actually. Each time he's come in, they've had good sets. He's got to continue almost to do that every set. Ben Blackmore. They're just a bit deep. They're passing back. They're losing 2 or 3 meters each play. Just because of the depth they're playing. They need to get flatter and get onto the ball harder.
Hold. Go 3.
Junior
Nice set
Moores
now.
is on.
4, move, Ben, back up. Hold. Go 4.
This is more like it from Featherstone.
5, move, Ben, on your 10.
It's Frankie Holton who's gone off for a breather for Junior Moores.
Go last.
Pratt having a good stint.
Give 10 in the middle, mate.
And then the high hanging kick, and it's going to bounce. Who will that favour? Well, Fanua gets away with it. And Featherstone were offside.
You're offside. I got offside in the middle.
He was calling the referee. The referee was calling Chisholm offside.
He was warning him, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Let's try and get some names if we can.
He's definitely offside. He's got to get that timing right. That's not unlucky. That's just bad discipline. And if he gets himself onside, he could have been there. You know, for the sake of a metre, get your timing right. Now look at this. Hull have got the opportunity.
Okay.
Tweem Harvey, Griffin and Farimo, 3 try scorers for Hull FC
Whoa!
inside the first 25 minutes of this one.
Go.
Live on our league from the Betfred Challenge Cup 3rd round. Wigan await in the quarterfinals.
Get square. Hold.
Scott Taylor's taken a breather for Hull FC.
Houghton's had a clever start. Hull are just playing that little bit flatter. When they get the ball, they're already moving over the advantage line. If you watch this pass, all those players are over the advantage
Johnson to
line. They're
Houghton.
taking the ball at Featherstone.
Mao towards the line. They look so dangerous when they're right in front of the sticks. Brett Hodgson's side. Featherstone cannot afford to let Hull through again, trailing as they do 16-4. Johnston. Oh, and options left and right, and Griffin's going to help himself to a second. Powers his way over. And Hull now turning the screw.
They're really dangerous signs for Featherstone. Hull are getting into their space too easily. Featherstone are on their heels, really struggling to defend that. Big men like Griffin. It was a lovely pass. Pass there from Connor, really slowed it down. He's kept his feet still. The defence had to wait on him, maybe thinking he might dummy, at which point the inside defenders couldn't move off Johnson. Left Griffin, powerful man with a one-on-one. He handled that oh so well. It's a double for Griffin. He's been in the right place at the right time to take his opportunities. Hull have really warmed into the game, pushing their attack over the advantage line. Life very difficult for Featherstone at the moment. Got to hang in there for the next 15 minutes of this half.
Real dominance from Hull FC at the moment, and another 2 points on the scoreboard from the boot of Jake Connor. 22 points to 4, having fallen behind off the first set. Hull FC, and they made this look very straightforward.
Chris Wellham actually backed out. He didn't know where to be. He didn't know whether to go in or go out. He found himself almost on the ground when Griffin got a hold of him, just fended him off easily. Big week for Josh Griffin. Double tries.
So Featherstone with that familiar feel of a restart.
Play on!
Oh, and a ball strip. Well, that'll do.
One! Move!
Ball steal, one-on-one, and Featherstone have this right in front of the post. Parata
Straight out, Matty.
with Ferris to his left-hand side. Instead, up the middle they go.
2, move, goal line, Jay. Hold. Go 2.
Moores.
Third, Danny, move. Hold.
Cooper waiting, as is Harrison, but they go it short side, flat pass,
Held up.
but held up over the line.
Oh, wonderful defence.
Tackle forward.
Day was in for all money.
On your 10, Brad. Cheers, Andy. Cheers, mate. Just wait,
It's
Brad.
Manu Ma.
Wait.
Here's the ball
Okay,
still.
let's go
Wants
for
to. Great work, one-on-one. Hardcastle. Away they go again, Featherstone.
Here's Chisholm.
That's
Oh, lovely
great.
from Ferris. Hall, though, was already
500.
being tackled a split second before taking the pass.
Play on.
Ferris, will he run on his own? Little dab through from Brett Ferris. Not this time.
Second kick of the game.
On
It's
the
a nice
cross.
touch, actually. This man, Jake Connor, had it covered. Nice little passage of play there from Featherstone. Got a lot of things right there. Held up over the line. Getting their last kick away. Getting into a contest. That is not what they want. The little bits of discipline have been hurting them.
Yeah, offside and more pressure coming the way of the Featherstone Rovers defensive line. Connor drills into touch on this near side. Just that early Josh Hardcastle try on the board for Featherstone. But it's been a first half hour drenched in black and white otherwise, and Cervello fancies a bit more for Hull.
On the 10. Go.
Johnston pushes Tweema Varvey out of the way. They're still going. That was Joe Cater with some good work. Connor again. The one-handed carry. And the handoff out the back, and Tweema Varvey. This is terrific from Hull FC. Connor on a plate for Tweema Varvey, who finishes it in the corner, and Hull FC are running riot.
Yeah, anything that's a bit unsettled, offload, bouncing ball at the back, somebody dancing across the line. Featherstone have looked really, really stressed by it. Hull's timing's wonderful under Hodgson. They're hitting the right timings into their lines. The support runners are getting under at the right time. Making it look easy, it isn't. It's off the back here when he just drops that offload. That's when it becomes unsettled and disrupted, and Featherstone aren't handling at that point. The quality of Connor, another offload. Wonderful play. Tuamalawa.
That was brilliantly
Wow,
made by
again.
Jake Connor, wasn't it?
Yeah. Nice composure. You know, didn't go throwing something silly. Had a look out to his left, nothing there. I'll go across. I'll see what I can find. He's talking to the support runners. Pushes off Chisholm. Chisholm comes again, gets pushed off again. Brushed away twice in that set. Going a bit high.
Oh, he's only missed one so far, and that's his best kick of the night.
That was pretty, and it was over. Nice play.
4 out of 5 from the boot of Jake Connor, and Hull FC look like they're pretty much there already.
This is a good try, isn't it, this one? Took the line on, found the offload, composure here, gets across the
Stay
field,
on side, fellas.
gets away from Chisholm there. Nice offload. Chisholm comes again, gets pushed off again. Pretty flimsy efforts from Chisholm. He shouldn't be happy with that. Ooh.
Oh, hello.
So they've had some kickoff success.
All up.
Started the half with a short one, which they got the ball back, and that time they nutmegged them all to get through and get the line drop
Let's
out.
have another look at this. McNamara
Stay on.
Not a footballer,
and
is
Josh
he?
Bowden. I think a pair of them must have failed the football trials.
That's it.
Stay on.
Should be proud of that, shouldn't they?
Yeah. I ended up playing rugby league for a living. Not bad. Here come Featherstone. Shell-shocked really after the first 32 minutes.
Let's see if Featherstone get a bit flatter here. That's a better carry. They're over the advantage line. This is good, taking it in, getting 3 or 4 defenders to have to come in behind the advantage line, make the defenders retreat.
Luke Cooper is the man in the skull cap.
That's nice.
Junior Moores. That's a difficult take from New Brown. He's another danger man now on the field. For Manu Brown, he really is a magician.
Well, he's come on for Chisholm, so they're not happy with him. They're not happy with him missing a couple of bits of defensive play there, so big message sent out.
Here's Wellham.
Surrender 5! Stand, hold, fellas, go!
Tons of experience, Chris Wellham. 2019 grand finalists, here they go. Ferris. Oh, did he pass that too early? Blackmore won't care, comes in field, tries to kick to himself, it's bouncing around, and Hull FC will dive on the ball. First knock on was by Featherstone in any case.
Good signs, very dangerous signs there, Featherstone. They get some field position, there's going to be points there. Blackmore looks very dangerous, he's really on.
That's a big call, isn't it? Chisholm off at this point of the game.
Well, you know, if you're leaking tries, there was a couple of, I'd actually noticed a couple of bits of poor defence just before that, where he wasn't getting his body in front. So James Webster's setting his defensive standards.
Come on, mate. Hold. Go straight out. 3.
It is a big call, it's a brave call. He'll have his reasons.
Well, if there's ever a time to make a big call, I guess it's when the scoreboard is 4-28 against you. Mao picking out Cooper and driving at him. Wellham helps out his mate complete the tackle. McNamara with boots of football, a little stumble by Craig Hall. That could put him in trouble. Oh, he's come back. Oh, wow. He will eventually get caught in goal. I don't think he expected to be past the ball back there.
Look at the number of white shirts down there. You know, they really are competing hard. Awkward bounce. You're going to complain there. I think Gareth Gale would say that Griffin was contesting him in the air. It's not the case. Play on. Good work from Hull. Their competitive kick chase has been fantastic. Their defence down this end of the field's been fantastic. See the ball goes in there, Gale goes up. Referee's in great position. He thinks Griffin was about to go for the ball, but it just became a collision when both players were thinking about the contest of a bouncing ball in the air. James Child there keeping it nice and clean, keeping everybody on side. Dangerous this one for Featherstone. Hull will be fancying themselves in this set.
Yeah, they'll want more points before half-time. Brett Hodgson's side.
Move on me this time. Hold in. Hold, Brett. Hold. Go, good work.
Great to see Josh Bowden back out there. More defending for Junior Moores and co. Johnston to Houghton. That link-up play working well for FC tonight. Griffin's got a couple of tries to his name already, as has Tuima Vave on this near right-hand side. That's where they come now. Savelio with the offload.
Surrender!
McNamara wraps up.
Down, hold fellas. Go 4.
Johnston to Savelio once again. Oh, he never had enough room there, Mai Whanua.
That was never on, was it? It was an untidy set. It was a poor set from Hull, actually. I think all of the decisions were bad, and then when they had a big open side, Ben McNamara found himself going sideways, and that set the tone for the field, for the set. Sorry, funnily enough, a play later they're going into the sideline the same way he'd sent them. Something for them to work on in the week. Play a little bit straighter when you get down here. You won't get around them going sideways. You've got to get direct first.
Last 5 minutes or so of the first 40 that's been non-stop.
Come on, quick.
Hull FC, the Super League side, the dominant force, but Featherstone keen to throw the ball around. Not sure that's the place to do it though. Over on the far side, Gareth Gale running out of room and again in touch, and another unforced error.
Dip your lid to the wing of Famo there, because he goes down there, Gale. It's just the extra power of Farimo to make sure that he can drive him over the sideline. Gale won't be used to be defended like that too often. He would have fancied himself to have had a look to the outside, dropped down, stayed in field, but the power of Farimo got him over the line. And Hull, who were disappointing in their last set, this is a better opening run to their set. They need to be a lot more direct, a lot straighter, not going sideways. This is good.
Houghton to Connor and then Griffin.
2, move Chris, Brad, hold, two.
Farimo fancied it himself, spins away, but he's going to be short. Is he still going?
Move.
Millimetres short.
That's great defence from Gale and Wellham, because that was hard to stop.
Griffin with an ugly, lazy pass, and that's given Featherstone a chance to chase back for 20 yards or so. McNamara skipping back into the line. Johnston, lovely pass, lovely crisp ball to Joe Cater on his shoulder. McNamara, a little grubber kick looking for Cervello. It's another handling error by Featherstone on their own line.
It's a penalty to Hull. One of the players was pulled off the ball before the error actually happened. It was an awful set from Hull. There it is there. And Cervello was pulled away from the ball.
Just wait for me, Ben. Just wait.
Yes, he
Quite
was by
clearly,
New
yeah.
Brown.
Yeah.
Well spotted by the official. Little tug by New Brown. Another set of 6 for Hull FC right in front of the post.
We'll see if Hull can go a bit more direct, a bit more straight. They've been going sideways. It hasn't been working for them.
Fash with the first drive, then
That's
Johnson to McNamara on the second.
We fancy McNamara and Houghton need to take a couple of runs here just to get the defence a bit more honest on the inside.
They're running the short power play.
Big wins for Featherstone, these.
Mao's taken one in the face there, so the referee will call time off and make sure he's all right. I think he's taken a poke in the eye.
Okay, on you, mate.
Brad Fash.
Move, Lou.
Couple to go for Hull FC, leading 28-4. McNamara.
That's all right. At
Changed
least he
his
straightened
mind.
it up. That's all right.
This will be the last. Oh, lovely show and go. That's brilliant from Hull FC. What a try that is. Wonderful quick hands. And Jordan Johnston puts another 4 points on the board for Hull FC. Lovely rugby league.
They finally got it right down this end of the field. Johnson sent him a signal with the dummy. He dummied, he went straight, he got tackled. And you watch if Johnson gets the pass here 3 or 4 times. That run is straight, Johnson. This run is straight, Johnson. Because they're going straight, it starts to open up the little holes. The little offloads happen. Straight run, offload. Straight run, offload. Walk in, Johnson. Wonderful try. Better, much more clinically worked set there from Hull. Message to themselves, something for the half to talk about at half-time.
Jordan Johnston, the try scorer. Obviously not Mark Sneed, as you may have seen, who's just giving a little bit longer to recover from his injury tonight. Dead leg. He'll be enjoying this, though. The Hull FC scrum half. Jake Connor's only missed one. I don't think he'll be missing this one either. And it's going to be a commanding half-time advantage for Brett Hodgson's Black and Whites. No mistake. 5 from 6 from the boot of the England man.
They really are in form, Hull, aren't they? Look, like the way they're playing. They lost their script for the last 3 or 4 minutes, but they found it again. And off the back of that, they earned the points as the half-time sound, sorry.
Well, a dominant first 40 for the visitors. It looked at the start like Featherstone were here for a fight. They had a brilliant start to the game and took the lead through Josh Hardcastle, but it's been wave after wave after wave of black and white attack ever since then. Dweemavarvi with a couple, Griffin with a couple, Farimo, and just before the break, probably the pick of the bunch with that interplay from Jordan Johnston, and Hull FC, Tony Ray, firmly in control in the destiny of this cup tie.
Yeah, very much so. Their power has been so important for them, hasn't it? It's been doubles for both the centres, but the forwards have been really working well. The outside backs have been strong. It's been a team effort. We haven't noticed that the halves aren't there because the forwards have been doing beautifully.
So Featherstone Rovers 4, Hull FC 34 at half-time, but as we alluded to, Tony Ray, it was the home side who started brilliantly in this one.
Yeah, clever little set piece to go short off the kick-off. Notice Connor was up. That's Connor, the fullback that Chisholm's running past. Hardcastle wins a little race to the ball. They obviously identified that Connor sometimes can stand up in the short side. That's him in the number 1 shirt there, jumped up in the air. That's the fullback who'd usually be behind here protecting this. And the Featherstone players, Hardcastle in particular, they're ready to take advantage of it. Another little kick in behind. Whatever you can do, we can do. A set later, the very next set, Danny Houghton filling in at scrum half. Felt that the Featherstone defence had come up, dropped it beautifully on the toe. Farimo read it, raced in, and outside back scoring for Hull, picking his moment. And it was all difficult at the backfield. Craig Hall made a real fluff of this one. It bounced off his hand, then his knee, but he looked up. He should have kept his composure, but the man who did keep his composure was Carlos Tumavave. There's the ball bouncing around. Tumavave calms himself, then accelerates away and scores. That's effort. Got down there, chased the kick, chased the quiet moments, and when the quiet moment, the bounce of the ball went his way, he was there to pick it up and collect points. Well earned. Looks like it's an error try, but it's a well-earned try. Good work. And a similar thing happens a little bit later on for Griffin, where a ball goes bouncing around off Wellham. He plays a bit of soccer with it, but Griffin's down there competing. He was looking to get in behind the line for the try, but as the bounce ricocheted off Wellham, from the Johnson kick, Griffin was the man in play there, ready to jump on it. Just that yard ahead, the speed ahead, the anticipation ahead, the effort ahead, just have kept them squeezing points out. So we haven't seen great clinical rugby league tries here until we saw a nice pass from Connor, who slowed the tempo down by stopping when he receives. He just stops here. The defence stops. Wellham goes in and out. Gale couldn't hold on to Griffin, who powered over the line from close range and scores his second for the day. Then we saw a nice little bit of play from Connor off this offload. They've really struggled to defend the offloads, Featherstone. Connor's drifted across field, pushes off Chisholm. Then Tumavave gets the offload, pushes off Chisholm again. Blackmore was holding on his winger. The gap opened up. But it's a composure again. They've gone down this end of the field. Offloads have always been telling all game. Featherstone have struggled to deal with those. And Connor, lovely play, dancing across the line, look at his defender, straightens his hips up, offload at the back, and in goes Tumavave for his second for the night. This is a wonderful try. Again, offload. They'd gone a little bit sideways before this, we called, as the game went through. This time they elected to go straight and direct, and this time Johnson gets the reward for that. Wonderful little bit of play, wonderful little bit of awareness and support from Johnson, and a well-earned try for him.
How on earth do Featherstone stem this Hull FC tide?
Well, they're not going to be able to, the way that game's looking. Hull are right on. We said it before the game. They're probably one of the form teams in the whole country at the moment, Hull, and they've come out. Before the game, their coach said, we're treating this as the hardest game we've had all season. They've really respected that.
So very much Hull FC's cup tie at the moment, leading as they do at half-time, 34 points to 4 in this third round of the Betfred Challenge Cup, as we move a step closer over the next few weeks to finding out who is going to succeed last year's Challenge Cup winners, the Leeds Rhinos.
Looking at the Betfred Challenge Cup there behind you, what do you remember of that famous day at Wembley last year?
Look, fantastic memories, and memories that will last a lifetime. I've been looking at the trophy since being a kid. I've got pictures of it being a kid in my amateur rugby league club, Middleton Marauders. So I've just checked, my name's actually on it now, which is quite surreal, really. But great day, and a real proud day. Yeah.
It was a great day, despite there not being a crowd at Wembley. You know, it certainly won't diminish the fact of what we achieved, the accomplishment of winning the Challenge Cup, and some great moments that we had around that. And at the same time, you know, I think we showed enough improvements in the league in what was a difficult season for everybody. The way that the fixture list got sort of moved around and very congested at points. That it was a season that posed different challenges to what any normal season would have. So, you know, touch wood for all concerned, it heads in the right direction this year, and we have a little bit less bit less impact from the virus, if you like. And then we can get, you know, a full compelling season out, and it's one that we're looking forward to. We understand that we took some steps in the right direction last year, but we're very much about, you know, being a consistent team and improving on what we did in 2020.
It's got to go in. One towards the sticks. One towards the sticks. Now it comes. Gale. Look, Gale with a drop goal, and he peels away in celebration of the moment, because he knew the moment it left the boot, it was going over. Thumbs up for Gale.
What did it mean to you to kick that winning drop goal?
Look, it was quite a strange game. We had the ascendancy, and then we thought we threw it away. Salford come back real well, and it was tighter than anticipated at the end, and I'm just glad to see it go over. But that quite early on. I think there's still 8 minutes left yet, so we had a bit of work to do. And as I say, I thought Salford played real well, especially that second half. But we got over the line, and that can never be taken away from us.
This has been an unforgettable year, and here is an unforgettable moment for this group of Leeds players.
And obviously there were no fans there last year. With the chance to defend the trophy, they get back to Wembley and do it in front of fans. Is that something that drives the squad on this year?
Yeah, 100%. We actually had a conversation with a few of the boys and just saying, look, we'll have to kind of do it again, but this time with fans and with families there. So, yeah, look, I'm sure the boys will go extra hard this year. I know there's a round coming up, and everyone's massively excited. The season's just about to start, so it looks even better with the blue and amber on the side. So hopefully we can keep that another year.
Oh, for sure, we'd love to back it up. You know, as I say, we thoroughly enjoyed the whole journey and experience, albeit it was slightly different to what it normally is. If there's one thing that I could change, it would be for the players to sort of enjoy that lap of honour and walking out to the roar of the crowd and the bus journey home, where it gives our fans chance to, you know, to celebrate the team's achievements. But hopefully we'll get to that at some point fairly early in the season, and we'd love to be able to back that up. But at the same time, you know, we want to go a little bit further than we did, you know, in the Super League competition as well.
And finally, what can fans expect from your new side? 3 new recruits for this club this year?
Yeah, well, we feel that the DNA of our club demands that we play a good brand of football, so that's what we're aiming to do. You know, we felt that at periods last year we played some really exciting stuff. I thought we started the season particularly well in that, so we feel it's imperative for us that we're a team that you know, tries its utmost to play you know, a good brand of rugby league. Of course, you know, the teams that generally finish in the top 2 teams usually have the best defensive record, so there's some areas of improvement for that for us. But again, we'd love to sort of carry on the traditions of the successful teams that's been at the Rhinos in the past, and be a team that, you know, really enjoys playing rugby.
Yes, everything crossed for 2021 to be a brilliant year for Rugby League. It started off with a bang in the Betfred Challenge Cup. And Hull FC look very well placed at the moment to take their place in the quarterfinals. The draw for which has already been made, by the way. Wigan Warriors waiting in the wings, and it looks like it'll be Hull FC on their way to play Wigan in what will be a heavyweight contest, won't it, in the last 8 in May, after Wigan came through here against York last night. And I hope you enjoyed our coverage of that one. It was overwhelmingly Wigan's night on the scoreboard, but York had so much to take, so much credit. Their young and depleted side played with a great deal of spirit and energy to take it right to the end of that contest. Right here, well, Hull FC responded well to Featherstone taking the lead. Tony Ray with the first play of the game, but if we thought that was a sign of what we might see to come from Featherstone, it was... Well, it was the complete opposite of the case. A couple of bad decisions, a couple of handling errors, and they opened the door for Hull FC. And a team like Hull FC doesn't really need you to open the door for them. No, actually, as it proved, they never really established a base because of that. The Featherstone side come out and was well thought out, but they put a little short kick off, and they got that. Then they caught Connor up in the line. They kicked him behind. This man would have known that was, probably just a... We would have been worried. I suppose Hodgson would have been worried to see that. Think, what else have you got here? Is it our day, not our day? You can't think like that. It's right. The game hasn't started. Let's get back. There's no base to this game yet. So what you need to do is make sure you build a bit of a base. As it turned out, Featherstone had no base to their game. They came up with an error. Tackled 2 of that set, and Hull bounced straight back in and scored. And Hull have been very clinical ever since. They played a very powerful game. Very impressed with their lines of running. You asked me before what Featherstone could do. I think they've got to play a lot flatter. They pass the ball back, and their first 3 or 4 steps are even to get over the advantage line. If you watch Hull, they receive the ball, and their 3 or 4 steps are into the advantage line, over the advantage line, and into the Featherstone territory. So Featherstone, it's going to be very hard, something to change at half time. They seem to have been pushed off the ball because of Hull's defence. Featherstone need to get up a bit flatter and take the game at Hull, because they're a big team, and sometimes against big teams you tend to sit back, where you need to really do the opposite. You need to challenge yourself, push forward and get into their face. And it's great to see from Hull FC that they're without the halfbacks, Mark Sneed with his dead leg, and Josh Reynolds obviously with his hamstring injury out for the next few weeks, and they've got young Ben McNamara slotting in alongside the old-timer Danny Houghton in the halves, and they've looked terrific. Yeah, they both kicked for tries and had an influence there, and it's important also to note that Jake Connor stood up a fair bit there and played some of the playmaking roles, done some of the kicking. He'd been out the back there of a couple of those offloads, as we saw, dancing across, providing some good options for these runners. So he's played his part there. Sneakily going along, doing a good job, isn't he, Danny Houghton? He's not overplayed or underplayed. He's allowed he's stepped in when he's had to. He stayed very much on the left-hand side of the field. And we've seen McNamara sit on the right-hand side of the field, so they've played key roles inside of it. But I think he'll have enjoyed his little break up and a bit of a move out to a different position and a little bit less work rate. It's almost like a training run for him compared to all the work he does at hooker. 32 years old now, Danny Houghton, nudging up towards 400. I think 368 on last count for Hull FC appearances. Man of Steel in 2016, of course, Challenge Cup winner in 16 and 17, and he is still an integral part of this Hull FC side, who've looked so dangerous tonight all over the pitch, not least through the man who's poised to get us back underway for the second half, Jake Connor, Challenge Cup winner himself, of course, England international. And he will get us underway with the black and whites holding sway in this one, and he goes for a swirled low kickoff, and the bounce of the ball has caused massive problems straight away for Featherstone, who've had a nightmare start after their half-time team talk, where he can forget about it all already. Wow. Tony Ray's trying to work out what just happened. Well, the only thing you could think is maybe after the first half they think, well, we'll let them score and then we'll dominate from there. Yeah. This is rope-a-dope. They're trying to lull them in. That, or they just didn't wake up in time. It was a very good kick, but someone should have woken up there. We were focused on Junior Moores. I think 2 Featherstone men had an opportunity to deal with that. Neither of them did. So here come Hull FC from the aforementioned Houghton and Manu Mao. Bowden waiting, first receiver on this near left-hand side. Feints does Johnston to the right and gives it to Connor, and then Brad Fash joining in.
Move, work back, Junior. Hold.
It's exactly what we said at half-time. One team you don't need to give a piggyback to, it's this Hull FC team, and that's exactly what Featherstone have done right at the start of the second half, trailing 34-4 and inviting more pressure on them already. Johnston to Houghton, pounding at the line, quick hands.
Good defence.
Farimo can't get over. Can he keep the ball in? He's offloaded backwards. It's going to work, I think, for Hull FC. Out the back door from Connor. All a little bit messy, but they will retain possession nonetheless. Johnston to Houghton once more. Fancies a little scurry on his own, and then the bullet pass. This will find Featherstone hands, and then there's a heartbreak away, looking for support. A few tired legs already. Craig Hall almost went into touch. There was no one herring up to support the break.
A wonderful bit of a defence from McNamara. Then McNamara comes across. That's why Hall looked confused. He didn't know what to do. Picks up the ball. Was it Hall with the ball? He gets himself lost there because of the work from McNamara, and really strong shot to clean that play up.
Move for the 10. Hold.
Cooper. And now Chris Wellham. Running at Johnston. Parata fancies a run on his own. He always does. That's what he does, and that's why he does it. Brilliant scampering run to set up this on the last. New Brown over to the far side, off the outside of the boot from Craig Hall. Brilliant kick, but he can't quite get it down Hardcastle. But that was much more like it from Rovers.
Again, Parata, he's the man when he sees the opportunity. They've really got to find there. He was terrific a couple of World Cups ago for Italy. He's an outstanding player, and he's come out, got them some great field position. They'll be ruining this one. This is a real chance. Hall puts it through. Is this a double?
Well, those plays, you're just hoping that the kick just sits up nicely, and it did. It was the finish that they couldn't execute. A great play through the hands of Holmes to New Brown. Then
Conditions are very wet, so it's a bit slippery.
Hull FC survived and immediately back up the other end through Joe Cater.
Move for this 10, Junior. Ball. Go 3.
Johnson had McNamara. Connor, Johnston, McNamara all buzzing around the ruck. And all getting a feel of the football. That's a loose one though from McNamara. Misses out Danny Houghton. Mao just picks it up and has a little look.
Need to go down, mate. It's obstruction.
Yeah, an obstruction. That was a little bit naive from Hull FC.
That's a run opportunity there for McNamara. That's one thing he's got to realise when there's nothing on as a half. Just there he goes behind Houghton there. And he has to hit the ground there if he doesn't want to be penalised. He has to concede.
Yeah, you'll have heard the official, James Child, instructing him along those lines. You've got to go to ground, otherwise I will call you back.
He was very well refereed, gave him every opportunity.
That was Brad Day, try scorer in round 2.
You see, Featherstone drifted forward there. Will they pass the ball back or play flat? See, they're passing back. That's a better line there off the back of it. This is
again.
nice, huh?
And Moores and Cooper. Couple to go. Holmes runs into a little cul-de-sac. He's confused himself, I think, here. And he's run out of options. So they lose a tackle there, and this will be the last. Wellham on the shoulder of Parata.
Gee, that was a good
That's
set.
a nice little kick, and that will set up for Brett Ferris to score. And Featherstone running a 4-pointer on the last, under the post.
That was their best set of the game, Featherstone. They played over the advantage line. They marched themselves into great position. The halves ran. Tom Holmes took them on. That's a terrific set. Interesting opening to the second half now. It's a lovely little touch from Brown. Ferris will be delighted with that. That was created. Again, it was a wonderful set. It was a terrific set from Featherstone. Didn't sit back, took the game to Hull. Hull didn't understand that the tempo of the game had changed. So full credit. Featherstone.
Oh dear. How on earth has he missed that? Blimey. Well, I think he was already mentally running back to halfway, wasn't he, before he struck it. Here's the try.
Good options. There was pass options. The pass option was Ferris, so the defender had to stay up on him. Brown just sensed that, since the defenders were coming forward, dropped it on his toe. Ferris walks in. And they need to be aware of this kickoff.
So Featherstone 8, Hull FC 34.
One, move for the 10. Hold. Go, grab your arm, grab.
Maybe poor light at Post Office Road. Can be a little bit of a challenge.
This is nicer again from Featherstone over the advantage line. Junior Moores has done that consistently. Yep, that's good.
Well, it's a better half, this.
But he's got the message at half time. Get up, play flatter, play at them. You were sitting back too much.
Sorry, Tony.
Looks like Griffin, isn't it?
Yeah. Just taking one to the face.
His own player.
No, it was the boots. The loose boots as he went into the tackle, which just flicked him from Brad Day. Completely accidental. Just flicked him on the way out of the tackle. He will be assessed. I'm sure it'll be absolutely fine. It was just a little flick, maybe caught him in the eye. 2 tries tonight, Josh Griffin. He's finished very, very well.
Right. I'll tell you when, mate. Tackle 4, Brad.
That's another look at it from a different angle.
Oh, a big clip one.
Yeah, just wait till he goes off, mate.
So, well, he's going off. No point. Yeah, we'll see if that's a head injury assessment. No point anyway at 34-8 taking any chances if he is a little bit groggy. Make sure to get him right. Give someone else a bit of game time. Still early in the season, remember. Field. Callum Field off the Featherstone bench. Parata.
You've 10 low in the middle, Callum.
What's the chase like this time? Connor has a look. Took it under no pressure at all, and then that trademark one-handed gallop.
Took it in the dark corner there, didn't he? The lights were challenging him.
It is dark. I mentioned the challenging light. Very dark over there.
It's difficult for the broadcasters to get a consistent. Pitches have been fantastic.
Move, Junior. All the way, hold. Go, come on, keep it quick.
Offload from Tuima Varvey to Mane Fanua. He takes some putting down, doesn't he? Drags 3 Rovers jerseys with him, and a quick play of the ball as well, and Johnston's away. Lovely little offload inside. Savelio's got options outside him as well. This is going to be a brilliant Hull FC score, is it? Tuima Varvey wants a hat-trick. Skips away, right to left, towards the line, but he's just lost a little bit of ground. Great covering defence, Featherstone. There should be gaps on the left if they can switch it. Connor out the back. They're getting trapped a little bit. Credit Featherstone for that. And then the kick, it's anyone's. Ferry says, I've no idea what's going on. Either way, it's the turnover and last tackle.
Hey, that was terrific scramble defence here from Featherstone. A number of bodies around the ball, trying to put pressure on, getting up there. It was very, very untidy in the end. There's a characteristic Hull defence is going to be there again. Blackmore's been good. He's gone to dummy half again here. He's been good for Featherstone. Each time he's come on, it's made an impact. They've had good sets off the back, and he's done a terrific job there again. Left the defender behind.
Well, I've no idea how Hull FC didn't finish that one off in the corner. Oh, Tuima Varvey was in for his treble.
I think he was looking for the treble too much, don't you? Good play.
That's nice from Featherstone. Fanua just pushed out of the way. Bowden in to complete the tackle with Cater. The ball's come out there. Has James Child seen that one? He's letting him get on with it. I thought the ball had been knocked on.
Nice from Featherstone there.
You can see The number 10, James Harrison for Featherstone. He's got Russell Massoy's name on the back of his shirt tonight, which is a nice touch.
Surrender! Stand, hold junior.
Got away with them there, eh?
Yeah, it seemed to come away, didn't it?
Move, Chris!
Well, it's been all Featherstone the start of this half. They've won the opening 10 minutes convincingly.
13!
Both in the contest and on the scoreboard.
Okay.
Jordan Lane.
This could easily be
Leggy
Hull
run.
running away with this.
Yeah, they're staying on in there. Similar in the St Helens Leeds game this afternoon. I thought the Leeds had a man sent off and were a patched up side, but I thought St Helens would run away with that, and they didn't. Featherstone is sticking, just about hanging on. Out of the contest if you look at the scoreboard, but certainly very much in the arm wrestle second half.
This is sort of set they need Blackmore to come in here. Now it's open for them to do that. Either Gale or Blackmore, if they can get in on this carry just to ease their forwards. Ball's at dummy half. And the big men have got to continue to carry it. Good carry though.
That's Junior Moores. One of several of Super League experience in this Rovers side. That's New Brown. He's got a little bit of stardust in those boots. Last tackle. They're going to run it, Featherstone. Wellham just kicks through to himself. How about the bounce? Good take.
Gee, you could see what he saw there, wasn't it? There's a little bit of space in behind. Made it a contest. This has been a terrific start to this half from Featherstone, offensively and defensively. Look at this touch from Wellham.
That was a brave take, wasn't it, from Farimo? He knew he was about to get hammered.
Just got themselves that, sorry for harping on, I just like the way they got themselves flatter again, Featherstone. They've taken the challenge back at Hull. Looking for 40-20, Connor. Nowhere near it. They might be kicking to Blackmore on purpose, saying, well, we'll contain you on this, on the kick chase, so you can't get your dummy half run in. We'll make the other guys do it. Gale's tried to do that from the other side. He's done that relatively effectively there. Brown at dummy half.
Here come Featherstone again, seeing a lot of the ball this second half.
Good set again. There's 3 very effective carries. 6 again.
Well, that'll do.
They are dominant here, Featherstone.
Chisholm's back on.
Move, Carlos. Go. Marker's not square. Play on. No.
That's a bit deep.
It's Dean Paratu who's taken a breather, so Dane Chisholm back on, and Chris Wellham's lost the football.
That's
How has he lost it?
No, absolutely, it was a penalty. See, frustrated now, Hull, losing their discipline, not enjoying the contest, looking for little cheap wins, which they shouldn't be doing. Featherstone's got to sense this. Get to the corner, play nice and direct again.
It's been all Featherstone Rovers second half. Ferris with ball in hand, his try. Ball steal as well. And you're right, you call it, Tony. They're losing the discipline a bit here, Hull FC.
They're losing the battle with the referee as well. Let's have a look at this closely. He's trying to twist out here, McNamara, but McNamara was on it. Ferris was trying to twist out. Too deep. Play flatter. See, they're about the advantage line now after doing all that work. But this is not a good sign to start this set. That's better. Up over the advantage line.
Moores. Lovely quick hands from Featherstone. Hall joining in. Well, and was he taken high? Yes, he was. 3 successive penalties going against Hull FC.
Lose a man if another one comes. This will be a team warning. Beautiful line of running here from Wellham. Very, very loose. Very, very loose effort from Faruma.
Well, it was, I would say, lazy rather than malicious.
Come on, discipline.
You're right, they could lose a man if they keep this ill discipline up. Here come Featherstone.
Sideways.
Ferris.
So they got themselves lost there, Featherstone. Need to keep playing direct. That was where the points were.
Hall back to Chisholm. Oh, that's nice. Welland. Brilliant offload from Chris Welland. Just going to be short.
Great defence, Hull. This is challenging. Featherstone on top. Hull are hanging in there.
New Brown is the dummy half. Up the middle they go. Scrambling Hull FC defence, but they're over the line, but he's dropped the ball. Claiming a try. But I think James Harrison's dropped the ball over the line.
Yeah, it's a 20-minute restart, I would think. It's great work from Hull. I think they knocked the ball out themselves. So he regains his feet, goes. It's a slap down there from Hull. It's a knee. The knee jars the ball out. It's no try. It's the right decision. That was a good set from Featherstone. It was very, very, very well defended by Hull. They were desperate on a number of occasions.
A reminder, Wigan Warriors waiting in the Betfred Challenge Cup quarter-finals. The draw already been made. Castleford will play Salford. Catalan Dragons will play Swinton or Warrington. We'll bring you that match live tomorrow lunchtime here on Our League. And it'll be St Helens against Lee or Huddersfield. That match live as well. Hull FC look like they're going through, but Featherstone have had a much improved second 40. Or second 16 minutes as it's been so far. Houghton. First real feel of the football for Hull FC, and they're going backwards. Connor running straight at Chris Welland.
This has been a good defensive set from Featherstone. They can defuse this kick. They remain on top. Nice kick pressure.
McNamara puts his right boot to the football. Craig Hall says, I'll take that, as a little scamper back and assesses his options, and then he goes to ground in front of his own post.
Blackmore goes to dummy half. He'll charge out of there. He's been useful. Contained him on this occasion. Good speed at the play of the ball. Defensive double efforts there from Sevilio. Important efforts. Blackmore's going to have another go. There he goes again. Another collision win. Still working hard on the ground. Left a defender behind him.
A little scamper away and a charge from dummy half from New Brown. Messi playing the ball though, and a knock on at the play of the ball. You can see him trying to speed things up, and he confused himself a little bit too much, I think.
Yeah, just when he gets to go to his feet, he just needs to slow himself down there. It's so hard to do when you're looking for that speed. You feel like your nose is through. You feel you can get a quick play of the ball. You've got to be in control.
So this is Hull FC's chance. They've had to do a lot of defending after half-time.
The momentum swung their way with those couple of errors. They'll fancy themselves in this set. They'll really like to try to get down there, get to a kick, and maybe get points in the next set if they can't do something here.
Sarte just about hanging on to his shorts. Johnson to Houghton. Sevilio dancing off his right boot. Johnson, who scored Hull's try just before half-time. Running into a couple of dead ends there, and then suddenly McNamara sees a half-break opportunity. Johnston got Cater on his shoulder. Back he comes to Houghton. Starts to open up for Hull FC. Out of the back from Houghton. Connor. Lovely ball, Connor. Can Farimo get in? Just short, I think.
Get up and play it, Hall. Go, lads.
Angled kick. Could come. Oh, it's come off the upright, not backwards. It should be play on, and it's gone to Featherstone. But it came, did it off a Featherstone hand. So it's going to be a goal line dropout.
Crazy scenes, wasn't it? At the post, it was an accurate kick at the post.
It was not.
Oh, just that one there, hey. It was Hardcastle's hand in. He volleyballed it over the goal post, but then Hardacre couldn't. Sorry, Hardcastle couldn't keep a hold of it.
It was almost like one of those in-swinging corners in a football match, which the goalkeeper misjudges and ends up having to scurry backwards and tip it onto his own crossbar.
Well, that was the end result that they wanted. We said that about Hull. If they can get through the set, get a repeat set, this set becomes very, very important for them. Interesting that Jordan Johnson's been picking up a couple of little lines there. There he goes again. He's seeing some little lines around the ruck there.
Houghton joining in now. Hull FC sends a further breakthrough. Scott's there with Connor. Here he is again, Danny Houghton. Oh, and he's knocked it forward. Chris Sate and Featherstone survive and come away from their own line.
This is when they really have to be clinical. This is when Featherstone have got to make sure they've had back-to-back sets. Sate's given them a bit of a chance to get off there. In comes Blackmore into dummy half. He'll look for his run to get their set started there because it hasn't got going yet. Here he goes. Gets the bump. Can he drive? No, they've got a hold of him this time. Ooh, nice play.
Offload out the back door. Looks a little bit slippy out there, doesn't it? Quite a few players losing their feet. Ferris.
Well, on the first 20 minutes, Featherstone. Maybe think about kicking for touch off this set if they can, just to calm it down. Playing deep again.
Chisholm and Moores. Floated pass out to this near side. Oh, they're not going to be in touch again, are they? Well, that's happening a bit too often for Featherstone.
That's not good enough from Gala. He needed to really drive himself in there. It was a tentative way that he tried to find his balance in field. He didn't do that well. Teams worked hard. They've been under pressure. Will this be one error too many? That needed to be one tackle after that, kick deep, ask Hull to come off their end.
He'll be frustrated with that. Well, the Rovers boss, James Webster, that's happened 3 or 4 times, hasn't it, during the match? The winger running out of room for Featherstone. Maybe they need to try and widen the pitch.
Turn the lights on.
Turn the lights on. Hull FC have a 34-8 lead. Houghton. That's another loose one. Great pickup on the half volley from Farimo.
4 defenders in the tackle. Good work here from Featherstone. The dangerous moment is drop ball. They kept alive.
Connor and Houghton. Here's the big fella, Chris Sate. Couple to go for Johnston. Has a glance to see where Houghton is. Gives it instead to Connor. Off the outside the boot. That wasn't play. That should be play on. And can Featherstone mount a break here? They're very slow in getting up into support. And now, perhaps the opportunity for Gale. Houghton scampering back in defence.
Wonderful defence. Twice Holmes has been out in the open, needing support runner with him. There is space out to the left.
Yeah,
nice straight in there from Chisholm.
Ferris, oh, has that gone forward? It was needless. The options were there. And Brett Ferris, well, he smiles at the referee, but it's all his own doing there. This was the break, and really it should have been finished in the far corner. Holmes picked it up.
Yeah, lovely work from Holmes. Finds the speedman in Gale. This time he stays in. He does a good job to stay in. Great defence from Hull. Fantastic defence. We can see all the white shirts were over this side of the field. That is an absolute mile. He lost the grip. He lost the grip on the pass. It was one of those wet weather passes where he actually probably felt like Blackmore was in front of him. He didn't want to pass it, but the ball slid out of his fingers. Unlucky in some ways there for Ferris. The conditions got him. It was an important moment.
Well,
good defence here.
Josh Griffin's coming back on, by the way. 2 tries to his name, so on a hat-trick. He's gone off for that head injury assessment. He's all right. Medical staff happy, so he'll be back on
That's him with the ball. That's a very good carry from him.
There he is, beg your pardon, yeah. Houghton. Advance warning, by the way, Tony, you'll be picking player of the match tonight. Not our viewers at home.
Challenging one.
You got 10 minutes or so to think about it.
Nobody's in front at the moment. What a wonderful second half this is from Featherstone. I've written them off at half time. You said to me, what can they do? I said nothing. They've come out, they've played flatter. We did say play flat. They've done that.
They've scored the only try of the second half through Brett Ferris.
With 25 minutes into the second half, 4-0 up. And some opportunities. Had 2 or 3 opportunities. 3 good opportunities.
34 points to 8 with 16 to go.
That's a
I think you were quite
kick.
safe to write them off, Tony, to be honest with you.
That is a clever kick. I don't think it was a 40-20.
In the middle, fella. You're outside the 40.
No, you're outside the 40, the referee called. It was just outside. Let's have a look. Ooh. Ooh, that was tight. It was open. The field was open. Again, you know, you make your own luck. Why not stay inside the 40? Why not make sure you're kicking it from inside there? Get your disciplines right. Featherstone are down there. Are we on the attack? Or maybe he was.
Rain starting to fall very, very heavily at Post Office Road. That's not going to help handling or footing. Only score in the second half has gone to the home side, though. Scored by Ferris, should have been converted by Craig Hall. We'll give him the benefit of the doubt that he was at the dark corner of the ground when he missed it, but he was bang in front, hit the upright. Seemed to be a lack of concentration. Sarte.
Good defence, 3 tacklers in. Handling the big men now. Wet weather slowed the tempo down for Hull. They've had to sort of tuck the ball under their arm a little bit more.
There's Griffin. Seems fine, doesn't he? Picks out well and runs at him. Cameron Scott to Houghton, and then McNamara puts boot to ball.
Good idea to go high, hey? With it raining, swirly. You're going to get an error at some point. Nice 4th offload down there from Blackmore. He's getting his arms free now, which means he's winning the collision, driving through with his legs. And enables him to get the offload away. Defences have got a little bit tighter here because of the wet conditions. They know it's going to be a little bit one out. 6 again. Nice work. Fantastic game here from Harrison. He's been really powerful. That's a really important carry, that.
Chisholm,
Good
who
from
was
Chisholm.
hauled off first half. He's having a better second stint. Ferris.
Surrender!
Wow, he must be happy with his team here, James Webster. Must be even a little bit disappointed. They haven't taken the opportunities that come their way. You can see the wet conditions there.
I think that just about went backwards,
Yeah.
laughing at himself. It's Dane Chisholm. I don't know what happened there, but it went backwards. So all's well that ends well.
That's a good carry from Day.
Work back.
That should be a set restart, Miller.
Come on, Josh.
Was close.
He's
Got a
happy to
warning
roll
from
it
the
on
referee.
here, James Child. Moores to Chisholm.
There
That's
it
a
is.
good-looking kick, and it'll be taken brilliantly on the far side, and he dances infield around the fullback, and Featherstone have a second try of the second half. Ben Blackmore putting it down, and Rovers finding a bit of form after half-time.
There's some really secret heroes in here. Guys like James Harrison with those good carries earlier in the set. He's deserved a try, hasn't he, Blackmore? The work he's done at the other end of the field. It was a wonderful kick from Chisholm. We mentioned the defences have got a little bit tighter because it's wetter. They're not expecting too much of a passing game. And when the defences get tighter, that means these opportunities for the wide kicks are available. Lovely timing. The pass from Moores was beautiful. He's been over the advantage line going at them. It was a lovely time pass from Moores. Passed it back to Chisholm. There was a 40-20 that we thought should have been called. Didn't upset Featherstone. They got on with it. And they took their chances when they went down the other end. Currently 8-0 up in this second half. Kick to come.
It's Dane Chisholm who's going to take the kick.
We're getting deep into this second half too. This has been a fantastic performance from Featherstone second half. You called it happening last week, so maybe that would be in the tempo. They're not the strongest in starting the game.
The previous round they were very poor. I thought Batley were very unlucky. I came away from Post Office Road that day thinking I thought Batley were unlucky. Featherstone just had 2 kind of mini purple patches when they really turned it on
in the second half.
It was mainly after the break, yeah, when they turned on the stage. It was when Dean Parata came off the bench. That was the difference. He was on the bench that day, came on and turned on the style for them. Dane Chisholm makes no mistake, and well, I don't know. I was going to say game on. Is it game on, Tony, or is it too little, too late?
The conditions won't allow them to run away with it. Although you may argue they've brought them into it. Be hard for them to drag 20 points back in sort of 12-15 minutes that we've got left to go in this game. But it's been a very, very strong, morale-boosting second half.
Stay on.
Parata would have been getting those runs you were talking about, except he's had to stay out there. When Chisholm came off for a couple of lackadaisical short kickoff, well handled there. Very well handled by Day.
So, just a shade over 10 minutes to go. 20 points in it. A couple of missed kicks as well, so they could be even closer. Probably should be within 3 scores. Certainly the last of Hull's misses, he missed both. The first 2 conversions. Second one he should have nailed, absolutely. Dane Chisholm took over. Oh dear, that's a real mess from Tom Holmes. And just as we were talking up, Featherstone getting back in the game. They put it on a plate for Hull FC.
Well, it's the 3rd one we've seen of those. Well, include the Ferris forward pass as one of those where just the ball got caught in their fingers, got slipped out of their fingers, keeping it out in front. Can they defend this? They've been defending very well. Referee's not happy with it. The replacement player wasn't in place, wasn't ready. He's checking an injury in the backfield.
I think he just wants a breather, doesn't he, James Child?
The man at marker with the Mossy Massot shirt on, James Harrison's had a terrific game here for Featherstone.
He has. A lot of minutes as well tonight. And Brad Day's just getting the old bandage treatment around the head.
All this adding to the injury time in the half. He looks after the players. We've seen that right from the start of the season. The referees making sure that the players' injury times are managed well.
So here we go again. Hull FC led 34-4 at half-time. 10 unanswered points from Featherstone Rovers since the break. Brad Fash. Johnson with a play of the ball to Danny Houghton, who normally plays in that role. McNamara to Griffin, back on. 2 tries tonight. Connor always a danger. Gets out of the way and then picks it up on the second bounce. Houghton once more. So hard to read Hull FC with all these different lines of movement. Back they come for Griffin's hat-trick, short. Johnson wants to go on his own. Caught in 2 minds. Tried to put boot to ball, not in time. I think he lost it eventually. Featherstone will regather possession.
Yeah, it's not good play there, is it? You needed to be a bit composed on your last tackle. See what he was trying to do. It was very impossible, almost impossible too. A good line defence here from Hull. That little break in play there, I was just wondering who would be most influenced from it. Very impressive. Houghton. The front rows have really done their job. Not sure about going wide.
Whoops, an easy Brett Ferris. The handling errors. Well, we mentioned the rain, but
it wasn't the play. The wide pass there. You've seen how slippery it's been. It was a poor decision to go there. Ferris comes in and injures his own man in the background. He's given Brown a real whack.
Yeah, he's felt that. That's stinging. Looks like Featherstone are going to taste defeat for the first time. Hull FC, of course, a flawless start to their 2021 season. They're just checking, New Brown, that there's nothing broken.
This has been 2 long stoppages in play now. That means the tempo's gone out of it. Should swing Hull's way. It's been all a rhythm here for Featherstone. You think, you know, maybe they would enjoy the break. I don't think they will. I think this will be in Hull's favour. The tempo's gone.
Well, they won't have enjoyed the second half at all. Hull FC kept scoreless, conceded 10. They'll be looking for a clincher here.
Another 6 again happening here, so this will be...
Lane grounded in front, loses the ball. Ball steal is the call from James Child. So a messy few minutes for the home side.
Just wait, Jordan, wait.
Chris Sarte takes the first drive to set things up for the black and whites, to find a try to seal the win. Houghton, short pass from Houghton.
Move, Brad. Line. Go two.
And another slip on this surface. Was a
referee called
he's letting him go back, Brad Fash.
Okay.
Here's Danny Houghton. McNamara into the line.
Like that. They'll score off this. Every time he's done that, they've put themselves in good position.
Johnston with boot to ball. Bodies flying everywhere, and it's gone down.
It's a right read there. There's space in behind. You can see who he's looking at.
On the cross, mate. On the cross.
Fantastic effort here from Featherstone. Again, they've defended their line. 2 long breaks. They've had turns to regroup. Tempo gone out of the game. This becomes a really important set to back end this game. We've seen errors getting out of there. Chisholm might be seeing him behind the ruck there. Might be thinking 40-20. Another big carry from James Harrison.
Release. Ball down it. Go two.
Better play over the advantage line. Front row is working well there. Holton driving it forward. Fayumo's been strong.
Wellham had Gale outside him.
Good set this, Featherstone. Really good set. Look at the
Well,
deep
one thing they would have, I'm sure, targeted at half-time was to win the second half. That's what you always say when you're massively behind on the scoreboard. And they're doing that 10-0. They'd love to nil Hull FC second half.
May not be done with.
Ferris waits. He's got himself a try tonight. The former Leeds Rhino. That's a loose one. Oh dear, very loose. Well, they got the ball back. And they had the ball back for half a second.
What's he going to rule there?
That's not a 10 seconds of rugby league. I think many people will want to see again.
Well, it's just the conditions, isn't it? It's just, it happens. Nice play there from Blackmore to steal it. Used his power. 2 big wingers going at each other. They've had a good contest. Unfortunately, the offload then went out the back. If he could have just scrambled his way in field, would have been ideal.
So Hull FC have the ball back. They've not had anything to cheer second half. I'm sure, though, your player of the match, Tony, which you're about to name, will be wearing black and white.
Yeah, they've been in front of the score, but there's been real contenders from the Featherstone side. But the guy with the ball now, Jordan Johnson's the guy that's caught my eye. I thought he's a terrific 80-minute effort. He's filled in. He's serviced his forward well. He's hit his halves well. For Hull, I thought Jordan Johnson outstanding 80 minutes, and he grabs the man of the match with the try as well.
Yeah, well, all the talk was about Danny Houghton moving from hooker into the halves, and it's the man who's gone into hooker who's got the man of the match, the player of the match, Jordan Johnston. And Hull FC are going to take their place in the quarterfinals of the Betfred Challenge Cup in a mouth-watering tie with Wigan. But Featherstone have done themselves proud after half-time. They trailed 34-4.
Go to. No, you surrendered.
And they pretty much bossed the second half.
Third move, Chris, hold his 10.
Again there, deep down, kicked in behind, plenty of numbers, nice and composed. Geez, there's a surprise. James Harrison making a great run. Hasn't he been outstanding? Hit his marks every time. Big motor on him.
New Brown. Chisholm into traffic, he will have felt that. Cervelio and McNamara in the tackle.
It's inside the 40.
It is. Where's that going to bounce? It's going to turn Hull FC around. It was quite a laboured attempt from Cameron Scott. But there's broken field for Connor and for Nua to attack. And then the offload.
Well, it worked, but it was risky.
Tuima Vave. Ball steal. Knock on.
So he got a hold of the ball there, Holton, but he dragged it towards the opposition's try line. So it's been deemed a knock on as he pulls at this ball because he's facing towards the opposition's try line. That's a knock on. Got another injury.
That looked like cramp to me over the far side for Ben Blackmore.
Cheers. Thank you. Okay.
Getting a bit messy in the final exchanges here. Hull FC have been held
Well, they'll be
to nil
determined
after
here.
half-time. They won't want that. They'll want to score, won't they?
Absolutely.
They'll want the last score in this game. It's going to be their cup tie. It's going to be their place in the quarter-finals of this iconic cup competition. But they won't like what's gone on since the interval, and they'll want to finish with a flourish if possible. There's the player of the match, wearing 14, Jordan Johnston. Cater dancing into the line. Houghton waiting with all his experience, but they go to the big fella, Sarte once more. They've set up nicely here for Houghton to produce the score. Lovely little weighted kick. It's going to set up. Oh, and it's just not grounded by.
I'd love to see that again.
Scott in the corner.
I think Houghton was through. I think if he straightens up, he had a bit of space in front of him. What a deft touch. It was close. Oh, they'll be ruining that one. That is a real opportunity to at least get some points from the second half from Hull. 6 again ruling here.
I reckon if it hasn't rained in West Yorkshire today, that's a try. I think you've got a little bit of streak off the surface.
Yeah. Good carry there.
Oh, that's a nice offload. Featherstone might fancy one more, you know. New Brown.
It's dangerous, isn't he? So dangerous.
So into the stoppages on our rolling clock. Dane Chisholm. Oh, lovely flat kick. Was that onside? He looked like he was ahead. I think he knew he was ahead. It was kind of an apologetic take because he knew he was offside.
Well, why take it?
Well, it's a fair point.
Yeah, you've got to be disciplined enough there to pull out.
Well, they were both off. There was 3 off.
But Hardcastle's not, so... Norse Chisholm, who was getting into the contest,
He
to stay away
stopped,
from that.
as if to say, I can't take this because I'm offside, and then took it anyway. So Hull FC will get probably one more go here.
This is a huge set for Featherstone. They'll be desperate to keep it to a 10-0 win second half.
Not many rugby league clubs will keep Hull FC to a scoreless
There
half.
it is.
And they've lost the ball. So it looks like they're going to do it. Player of the match tonight was Jordan Johnston, selected by Tony Ray alongside me. And had a really good game. Hooker for Hull FC.
Are there more points left in this Featherstone side?
Well, you wonder if Hull FC's pride will be dented a little bit by this. Chisholm, he's put boot to ball. Could he have given the ball? Is it going to stay up, or he's going to be in touch on the far side? Is it play on? Savelio will pick it up. Hull FC, one last chance. They say, kick it forward for me. So he does, and the chase is on. And eventually Brown will go to ground, accept the tackle, and accept the fact that Featherstone Rovers Betfred Challenge Cup run is over for 2021, and Hull FC march on to a quarter-final with Wigan Warriors. But credit Featherstone, 34-4 down at half-time, 10 unanswered points second half. Gives us a final score of Featherstone 14, Hull FC 34. Not so much a game of 2 halves because Hull, Tony, did more than enough before half-time, but credit
right.
Featherstone for the response.
You're right, 2 sides will be both contented as they shake hands, and you can see both sides are actually buzzing. Hull are through to the next round, to Wigan. Job done, mission done. Featherstone restored their pride. Tom Johnson, man of the match. Worked
Tom
hard.
Johnston, did you say?
Did I say Tom? I keep saying it, don't I? Jordan Johnson.
I mean, he's been man of the match a few times, but normally when he's playing for Wakey, not
Thanks for
tonight.
picking me up.
No, he's been good, Jordan Johnson, you're right. Really good call, I think. There's the man whose place at 9 he took, Danny Houghton, who's played it in the halves tonight.
Yeah, they're having good chat. They have a lot of chats in training, being in a similar position. They should be contented. They had some challenges with Sneed out. Reynolds out. Job done. Wet conditions.
And that's the tail of the tape. Featherstone Rovers scored first and scored last. Hardcastle, Ferris and Blackmore going over. Not the better nights with a boot. Craig Hall missed both of his attempts. Chisholm got one from bang in front. But Hull FC had that dominant first 40 after that early try. Mao, Tuimavave, Griffin, Johnston Connor with the boot. 34 points to 14. And yes, they'll be a little bit perplexed by the way the second half went, but Hull FC, Tony Ray, worthy winners.
Yes, very much so. And the game finished at how it started, with Featherstone on top. Well worked move. Chisholm put the ball in behind, got themselves off to a fantastic start with Hardcastle. The Hull hit back, kick try. Not much that Featherstone could have done about that, because they'd worked themselves into good defensive positions throughout the set, but they just caught them out for numbers. These would be a couple they'll rue when they look at the final, when you look at the second half. Unforced error, try, Tuamavavi. Unforced error from Hall, try, Tuamavavi. Then we get another unforced error a bit here from Wellham. I thought he could have dived on that. Try, Griffin. Out competing them, working hard. You take those points away, what would this scoreboard have done in the second half? Could Hull have been under emotional pressure going into the half? Hard to stop this one. This was just a beautiful bit of play from a very good set from Hull. Griffin barging over the second try. We'll give him that one. And we'll give him this one as well. The wonderful try from Johnson. Sorry, from Tuamavavi, because Connor did so well dancing across the field. Spotted a weakness there, and Chisholm sitting too high in his defence. Tuamavavi scoring. So they had some well-worked tries, but there's an element of luck in some of their tries. This was a wonderful try from Johnson. Kept himself alive. The forwards' interchange, interaction with each other was very, very good. The interplay was wonderful. They come up with some fantastic outcomes there. Then the kick started going their way. Well-worked kick. Lovely work kick in behind by Holmes by Brown for Ferris. Ferris wandering in. Couldn't believe how good the bounce was for him. It sat up perfectly. And this was a dominant second and half from Featherstone. They've had a wonderful set before that. They got so much right while they were doing that, and they got so much right in this one. The timing from Blackmore on the chase was wonderful. The defences had tightened. Blackmore stayed wide. Chisholm read it. Got his tempo out the back. Beautiful pass from Harrison to hit, from Morse to hit Chisholm, then over the back, hitting his timing nicely. Had a great game. If they won the game, he's probably man of the match, Blackmore. He'd done so much work at the back of the field, and he found some joy up the front of the field by chasing through hard on that one. Lovely ball from Moores, wasn't it? Tempo in, sat the defences down, and that gave Chisholm time out the back. He used his time well. They had a couple of other chances like that as the half went through. It was a half they won, and won comfortably.
We gave York a lot of credit, Tony, on our coverage last night in defeat against one of Super League's big hitters, and I think we do the same tonight. Two championship teams bowing out of this draw as they've done, but so early in the season. I think both James Ford, the York City Knights boss last night, and James Webster here will really have learnt a lot and taken a lot from what he's seen.
Yeah, absolutely. Realistically, they weren't going to win the contest. It was always going to be up against them to go through to the next round. So we said it last night, we'll say it again tonight. The biggest thing they could do is get a moral victory. And they had a moral victory in the second half. They didn't get their base together in the first half. They found themselves a bit scatty. It took them a while to get into the contest. Something you're telling me is a bit of a habit for them. They need to get out of their game, Featherstone. Something to work away to get themselves right on. But they sure can stand up in the second half no matter what the scoreboard's doing in front of them.
So it's Hull FC's night at Post Office Road. Featherstone Rovers 14, Hull FC 34. That quarter-final draw made earlier. It's going to be Hull against Wigan, Castleford, Salford, Catalan against Swinton or Warrington, and St Helens, who knocked out Leeds today, against Lee or Huddersfield. That Swinton-Warrington game is the first of those two remaining Betfred Challenge Cup third round ties, and myself and Tony will be back midday tomorrow, 12:30 kickoff. We will bring you that live and exclusive on Our League. Tonight though, Hull FC have booked their place. We'll see you again tomorrow. From Tony Ray and me, George Riley. Good night.